I'm going to have a little bit of fun today. I'm going to tell you a little story about a guy, a young kid actually, trying to figure out how to build muscle and get in shape. First, gotta thaw out this ice cream. Well, that looks kind of silly, doesn't it? So, when I was in high school, I was about, 1988, I got my first protein powder. My dad gave me this can of Joe Weider's protein and told me this is supposed to help build muscle. I don't really know why he had it laying around. He wasn't using it. But I just thought that was the greatest thing. So I read the directions on this can, and it said add 2 scoops to your shake. Well, I'd never heard of a protein shake at the time. So I thought, well, I know how to make a milkshake, so that's what I did. So I brought it home with me. And I did the only thing I did know how to do. Took 2 scoops of ice cream. Since I can't count. A little bit of milk. Maybe a little more. And some chocolate syrup. Hershey's. Just a little bit of that, not a whole lot. And of course, gotta add your 2 scoops of protein. But that's not everything as I'm thinking about it. There's one more ingredient. So back then, Orange Julius was still around by themselves. And at the time, for I think a quarter, Orange Julius would put a raw egg in your Orange Julius. I still don't know what those things are. And so I thought, well, that sounds healthy. So I always made sure that I added one raw egg to my protein shake. And of course, I blend it up. And believe it or not, these were actually very yummy. I don't even want to know how many calories were in it. Even doing anything that doesn't seem to want to cooperate with me today. Must be more milk. I used a regular blender back then. I didn't have any of this fancy stuff. This is a little too thick. Let's try that. Now the funny thing about this is I'll go every day after school and I make myself one of these shakes. And the funny part is, I was in the best shape of my life when I was doing this. I was about 180 pounds. I was losing a lot of baby fat. And I was firmly believing that these shakes were helping me pack on muscle. And so I did it every day for, well, most of high school. I did this every day after school. But the key thing is, I think, I had one of these every day after school, after doing football practice and probably an hour and a half in the weight room. And that's why I could never gain weight. Needs more chocolate. That stuff, the protein powder back in the day, they didn't really have flavored proteins yet either. This was the stuff that tasted like cardboard. So the trick was always getting just the right amount of Hershey syrup in there. And that's it. That's how I used to make my first protein shakes. Later on, I would start reading Muscle Fitness magazines and learning what protein shakes are all about. But at this point in my life, this is what I did. Oh yeah, that's a lot better. Feeling strong now. So I'm going to drink this. I'm going to go to the gym for about 8 hours and work it off. Y'all have a good one.